You know how you know it's wedding season in our house? When you look outside right before recording the podcast, and that's what's stacked up out there. Already piling up the packages.
This room is going to be...
UPS guy's going to hate us by the time this is all said and done.
Between that and Mom's order every other day.
Yeah, which no more of that stuff got ordered before we did the show.
Oh, fun.
Fun. Yes, wedding season is arriving. That was... You and Caroline spent how long? What day was it? Sunday?
Saturday. We spent like 7 hours literally just going over, looking on Amazon, ordering stuff, going over everything. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Finalizing stuff.
And.
She's definitely
paring down.
She's definitely a walker, like, or takes after her mom. She's got all the ideas in her head, and then it's like, oh crap. We have like only 3 months or 4 months, you know? She's like her mom. Well, she has a big plan.
We work on best on deadline. I mean, that's my life is one giant working up against deadlines.
Yeah.
Sort of. Now it's kind of like, well, I set my own deadline. I'm still not used to that.
I know.
So, yeah.
I'm always surprised when you say, I got a lot to do. And I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, you're the boss.
Imposed deadlines.
Well, I guess that's good.
I mean, have new content out on a regular basis, and there's another order coming. Seriously.
Yeah. Maybe we should do one of those, like on TikTok. It's a big thing where everyone does like little snack boxes for their delivery people. Like they do like a whole little thing. Maybe we need to consider that.
We do need to consider that. Oh gosh.
And maybe little airplane bottles of alcohol, so not to have on the job, but they can take with them for afterwards. Be like, oh, we survived the Walker house today.
I know. Yeah. Although I've seen some of the stuff that's piled up in the back of the trucks when they come up here, I'm like, holy cow, there's like half a Sam's Club in one order. Poor FedEx lady at one day, man. She had half a Sam's Club in there, I think.
Well, and just FYI, I didn't know this till yesterday. Sam's Club has great like wholesale flowers and stuff and wedding stuff. Like, you really begin to start to search and really do some digging. But anyway, it's fun. It's fun. It's nice to watch your money just fly out, fly through the ones and zeros and the bits. It's like, okay, let's stop for this 2 weeks. We get paid in 2 more weeks, but no, it's all good. We'll get through it.
We'll get through it. All right. Let's see. Big birthday coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to get off the insurance on Saturday birthday.
I know.
Poor guy. James turns 26.
I can't believe it's been 26 years.
We will share some memories on that coming up. That's kind of tied into the additions to the set here in just a moment. Let's get the show going first. And welcome to the Sam
and M
podcast, episode 12 at samwalkerobxnews.com. All your favorite podcast apps, YouTube, Facebook. How you doing? Like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell, share, 5 stars and 5 stars only. You know, that bell that's down there, the like thing, that means a lot, those of you watching on YouTube. The more we get those likes, the more it helps us continue to do the podcast. It is brought to you by StatelinePowerWash.com. Parker and Smith Hammer, serving the Outer Banks of northeastern North Carolina with over 145 star reviews on Google. March Madness special. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Get it right now. StatelinePowerWash.com for a free estimate. Also by Miles Carpet Cleaning. Family owned and operated, offering top-of-the-line carpet and upholstery cleaning services in Currituck and on the Outer Banks with the $99 special. 252-207-6707. Like them on Facebook. Harlow Photography, your local natural light expert, capturing the beauty of the Outer Banks. Online at sharlowphotography.com and on Facebook, search Stephanie Harlow Photos, and by CMIT of the Outer Banks. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this edition of the Sam
and M
podcast. We're getting there on that. We still haven't got it.
I know. I'm like 2-second lag behind
on the roads yet. We're getting there on that.
Yes.
So we'll talk about some of the on the roads that we've done, some that are coming up, including one tonight. Shooting this on Wednesday. Afternoon, and then dropping on Thursday, of course. We got a lot to do. All right, so, yeah, we talked about it. You know what I didn't do? I didn't pull up a picture, James. Should have done that. Oh, that's easy. Go ahead. Well, anyway, it is the madness that is March. So this is the tie-in. All right, so on the set today, I've got my Campbell shirt from Home Field Apparel. Check them out. They got some really cool stuff at Home Field Apparel. I'd love to get them as a sponsor because they've got some really unique items. This one, they dropped stuff on State winning the ACC championship. I thought it was pretty funny stuff. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Anyway, it is the month of March. It is the madness that is March. And on the set, we've added the only 2 pieces of Duke memorabilia you'll ever find in this house. Only because Campbell's on it. That is the actual water bottle carrier the NCAA gave us to use on the bench. And that was the sign on the locker room door in the Greensboro Coliseum. When 32 years ago, last Thursday night, actually Saturday night, because the date was the 16th of March. This was us 32 years ago on Saturday with that bad fitting suit.
That was a horrible fitting
and
suit.
Your jorts. Those aren't officially jorts, are they? But they're jean shorts. They're not officially jorts.
No,
they're pretty
they
close.
were just jean shorts.
Yeah. So anyway, still, that's why the month of March is kind of special around here. And then it got even more special in 1998, but that was 6 years prior. They're on the floor of the playground of the Piedmont prior to playing Duke in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I didn't throw in the video. I've pulled a couple of clips from the game where you see me working the bench or handing out water and towels, because that was what I did. I was the water boy.
You were.
So anyway, but yeah, James turns 26 on Saturday, and the tournament does have a tie to James a little bit.
Well, a little bit. Because back then, was it
Mountain Dew?
Mountain Dew.
It was Mountain Dew. Yes.
Had on all their bottles, they had an orange cap.
Yep.
And if you took the cap off and looked on the inside, there was a school that was in the tournament.
Yeah.
And if you collected up all of the schools, you were supposed to be able to turn them in and get something.
Yeah. I don't know if it was collect all of the schools and win something, or it was if you had a team that won, you got a prize.
I don't know. It's probably several.
I told you probably that, if you collect something, you get something. If you collect all of them, at the time it would have been, 64. But actually, no, it would have had all the Division I schools. Was like 320 at the time. It's like 360.
No, it didn't. It just was the ones in the tournament, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, long story short,
yeah,
I had gone in. They were trying to induce me on a Friday.
Yeah.
And it did not work.
Right.
And they said, all right, well, we'll go home for the weekend and be back here Monday. Monday, heck or high water, you're going to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
If something happens over the weekend, come in. But the induction didn't work. So we leave. And, folks, we spent a good part of that weekend driving around.
The roads of Harnett County and Sampson County and Cumberland County.
Looking for, I didn't realize how many people littered Mountain Dew bottles on the ground. And Sam was driving because I was 20,000 months pregnant and huge. And he would pull over and I would get out of the car and waddle over. And I would take we had a trash bag. So we did at least do this part. We did throw away, collect up all those bottles. And I would unscrew the lid and look at the name of the school. And if we didn't have it, we kept it. And then the rest of it went in the trash bag. And then we continued. I mean, hours, folks, hours. I waddled in. Oh, we have a visitor.
Oh, we do have a visitor.
We have a visitor.
We knew this was going to happen sooner or later.
Gingo and Peepaw are babysitting today.
Yes. So on top of trying to do the podcast, trying to get ready to go to our
Peepaw, you just finished telling that story, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, we knew this was going to happen. So, yes. So we're riding around. I can remember specifically riding on Highway 13 between Spivey's Corner. Not Spivey's Corner. Yeah, Spivey's Corner and Wade, where 13 intersects with 95 down there outside of Fayetteville, riding along and having her jump out to find Mountain Dew bottles. It was all the teams. It was all the schools because they printed those things well before the tournament. It wasn't just the 64 that were in the tournament back then. Now it's 68. It was all 308 Division I basketball schools that had caps, and that was my thing, was go out and find them. And so the goal was to get Emily to go in labor and have James, or at least get the labor process kickstarted by making her jump out and in of the truck. So now I'm trying, of course, to find one baby photo. We would have that stuff. I do have this one. Oh, it's so small. I can't. That's a screenshot. I was trying to find one on your Facebook of James as a wee little guy. I've got that one that you post right now as your header photo of the three of them from Caroline's first St. Patrick's Day. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Where is the Orion inset snow capture?
But needless to say, I did not go into labor, and then it was a very long day on Monday.
It was a long day on Monday, which was a long day on Monday because not only was it trying to go in labor, there were tornado warnings in the area around Harnett County at the time, if I remember right. There it is. There's the three of them from your St. Patrick's Day. That would have been 2002. Yeah. So.
Yep.
All right. So, that's some of the NCAA tournament story. The other part that I always like to tell people is the fact that you somehow, some way ended up in section 222 in the top row of the Greensboro Coliseum. I don't know what the letters are, but I know the numbers on the seats were 1 and 2, which were the seats that we had, Mom, Dad, and I, in 1981 when Michael Jordan and the Tar Heels played Southern Cal in the Greensboro Coliseum. The exact same seats that we had, you had. Yeah, you had when we played Duke in 92. So
a lot of good it did us. We still lost.
Well, we covered the spread. The only team that tournament to cover the spread against Duke.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah. So when it was still illegal to gamble, and now it is.
We're not going to discuss that.
We're not going to discuss that? No, we're not going to discuss that because realize, no, we shouldn't be doing that. So, all right. Well, fast forward to 32 years later on that same Saturday night, and there we are now.
You pulled off the James Bond.
I tried. Well, they totally pulled it off. But
well, as my girlfriends and I now call you, instead of 007, you're 114.
Squared. Is that 7 squared?
I don't know what it is.
7 squared is 49.
We just
okay.
joking around.
Yes, I know. All right, so 114. Anyway, yes, we that's us from Saturday night down at Loblolly Pines, Loblolly Estates, which is a new venue down in Powell's Point, Jarvisburg. Technically, it's actually officially Jarvisburg, for the Moyock Women's Club 6th Whiteout Party for Hunger. And what a great night it was.
It was a great night.
Yeah.
It was a great night. We raised $16,000.
Awesome.
That will go in donations to the food banks here in Currituck, and I believe the Albemarle Food Bank too. So, anyway, it was great. A lot of fun. Sam showed up with his computer and his phone, and we were table number 3, which was the back corner. And so Sam had a gaggle of guys who kept wandering over. Sam never really left the table and watched the game.
Once the game started.
Yes.
Once the ACC championship.
You were a social butterfly until it started.
Yeah, I was. But then I was social butterfly when everybody came over.
Oh, yeah. They came
because everybody came to see me. They came to see the game, which was pretty cool. I mean, for Prop State fans, I think you actually. I wish I could pull that one up now. You finally killed the NC State stuff after 27, almost 37 years. 37 years of NC State stuff died on Saturday night. But other thing was, not only for the food banks, there was the other thing that happened during the Whiteout Party was when everybody started chipping in cash donations for the YMCA's food program that they do as well.
Oh, yeah.
That was the
to
other
cover
part.
the delivery fee
Delivery
for a year.
fees for a year.
$1,500.
Yeah, they do. Is it after school food program?
I feel like they said it was like once a month. Once every 2 weeks or something. They deliver food to the YMCA.
Yeah, for kids that are doing the after school programs, et cetera, or just in general.
No, I think just in general. But it did cover the delivery cost. That's like $1,500.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. And it was a great night. I mean, the food was awesome. BJ's catered it. Really, really good food.
It was
Good
really
DJ. That's going to be this weekend's episode of Sam
and on
the road. That's going to be this weekend's episode. That'll probably will get that done. I got a feeling that'll post Saturday. I'm just looking at how the schedule in my head. The schedule is going the rest of the week, getting that done. So yep. Props to everybody that pulled that off. And it was a great venue. We had not been there yet. That's where Caroline's wedding's going to be.
Yep.
So we got scouted out a little bit and figure out some things. But at the same time, just that's a really cool venue. And there's quite a bit of things that are coming up down there. There's another fundraiser, if I remember right. Now,
really?
I went through. I saw it scanning through all my emails and on the socials and all. So,
yep, it was very nice.
Yeah, it was
very nice.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yep.
So, all right. This is, of course, the Sam
and M
podcast, and it is brought to you by, Parker and Smith Hammer at StateLinePowerWash.com. Pressure washing, soft washing, painting, concrete floor sealing. They do all that and more. StateLinePowerWash.com is locally owned and operated by Parker and Smith Hammer. They grew up right here in Currituck with local staff, so you know you're keeping it local with State Line Power Wash. Get in on their March Madness special. It's a free gutter cleaning when you get your house and roof soft wash. You can buy or sell a home or land with Smith Hammer at Kingdom Real Estate as well. List your home with Smith and receive a free house wash, roof wash, deck cleanup, all from State Line Power Wash. Check out the Moyock Real Estate Market Facebook group. It's the spot to be for local Moyock real estate. Now, if you're ready to freshen up the outside or inside of your home, the State Line Power Wash will get you covered with their painting and staining services, too, that brightens the look of your primary home, the home that's going on the market, or your vacation rental. They've got more than 150 five-star reviews. I need to update the copy. On Google, whatever you have State Line Power Wash do for you, it's going to be top-notch. From Moyock to Manio, Edenton to Ducks. Schedule now with State Line Power Wash. StateLinePowerWash.com and get a free gutter cleaning when you have your house and roof soft wash, but do it now before the end of March. At StateLinePowerWash.com or call 252-421-3775 for your free estimate. All right, you got the script. You got the schedule of. You got the run of show over there. That's what we call it. To start checking things off there. What's next? What are we going to talk about? Yeah,
last week I got a call from my friend Stephanie after you gave me a hard time about not understanding or not knowing that the Barbie song was
the video.
The video was based on the Madonna video, and she said you need to let Sam know. That's really off of Marilyn Monroe.
That is true.
So, she said, tell him not to give you crap about it.
Well, I'm not so much giving crap about it. I mean, it was. So what we're talking about was Ryan Gosling's performance in the Oscars when he did the Oscar-nominated song that he sang, which was...
that song was not...
It was nominated. Didn't win. Nominated. So they did a play on, and it was the movie. If you remember.
Were there two songs?
There were two songs that were nominated from Barbie. Yes,
I did not realize that.
Yes, Billie Eilish, and they won.
Yes, I knew Billie. I didn't realize both of them had been.
So the video. Well, all right. So in the movie, the scene where he sings that song, they did use portions of the takeoff of "Material Girl," which is the Madonna video, which was a takeoff of Marilyn Monroe in Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend.
Yes.
I didn't put all that into my comment, but I knew that. So, yes. Anyway, so Stephanie, good job on the correction. Shout-outs. We jumped the shout-outs this time.
I know we did, right?
That's okay. That's all right.
The next thing is when I was talking about the author that I love, Marie Benedict, and I was like, oh, the personal librarian.
Yeah.
I said, it's about Rockefeller's library. It is not Rockefeller. I remembered it like 2 hours later. It's actually J.P. Morgan's librarian. Okay. And her name was Belle DaCosta Green. So it's still a wonderful story. It's a true story. But I wanted to correct myself that I had said Rockefeller. It was J.P. Morgan.
Reset everybody maybe just jumping into the podcast didn't listen last week. So the story of her is she's from Hertford County, right?
That was. Then I talked about a lady from Hertford that was a library. The Personal Librarian is a book by Marie Benedict, and it's a story about J.P. Morgan's personal librarian back in that age when they were amassing their own personal libraries.
Yeah.
And he chose her to be his librarian. She went around the world. She went to auction. She cataloged everything in his library. When he died, I believe he left her $50,000, which is a huge amount of money at the time. I mean, it's still a good chunk of money now too.
That's true.
And nobody knew it until after her death, but she was actually a black woman, but she, what they call, passed as white. And it's a great story.
Right.
Anyway, and the reason I was mentioning Marie Benedict is we were discussing Strong Women and Women's Month, and I was just saying that she writes wonderful, wonderful stories about women who seem insignificant in history but are actually quite significant.
Yep.
Her latest one is about Eleanor Roosevelt and Mrs. Mary Bethune. I'm probably mispronouncing her name. And their relationship and what they did to try to help FDR do a lot.
Right.
So anyway, that was that. Shout out. You need to pull up our Kelsey's Hope.
I've got it right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're still taking $10 a mile. We'll take it all the way up until we go in April. We have met our $2,000 goal, but we have surpassed it. We are at what?
21:59:59 as of this very moment.
So anyway, but for $10 a mile, you get a shout out, and Sam will list out all the people who are getting a shout out. We also, for $250, Sam will run. We are 2 races left now that he can run in a 2-2. Thanks to Donna Walton and her $250 donation. He is running in a fuchsia 2-2 that arrived yesterday, last night.
It fits. I tried it on this morning. It fits.
And if you wear it around the house all the time, we're going to have a problem.
What I wear underneath it.
He'll be running in a 2-2 for the 10K, which is 6.2 miles. Yep. But if you want him to run in a 2-2 for the 5K or the 10 miler, $250 will get you that.
Yep. And still got 4 weeks left.
Yeah, actually.
It's 4 weeks today.
Yesterday. 18th, 19th, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's a month away.
We can still raise some money, folks. So, let's do it.
So, shout out to Georgia Manovich, Deanna Kolikas, Melissa Copeland, Natalie Smith, Vicki Johnson, Amy Ennis, Sylvia Motes, Donna Walton, as we said, Lee Niemeyer, Teresa Young, Caroline Fernandez, Casey Kodas, Annette Samborski, Shannon Natoli, Deanna Sproul, Carrie Dover, Jessica Bargaman, all who have made donations.
There's a couple more because that Amy Ennis was a birthday present from Amy, Carrie, and Carrie.
Oh, okay.
So Carrie Cahill, Carrie Dover's already on there. And then Caroline and Ian, they gave me cash, so I made their donation. Right. So Caroline and Ian also made a donation.
Okay. Is that everybody?
And Harper Jane.
Jane, yeah. Okay. All right, so thanks to everyone. Of course, Kelsey's Hope Foundation, that's our charity partner. That's who we run for when we go to Disney. And we've got a couple of fundraisers coming up here between now and like in the next couple of weeks.
Friday I have a resin party that is a private party, but that is raising money for Kelsey's Hope. And then there is one, if you go to my Facebook page, I am doing one next Friday. That's next Wednesday. I'm sorry, next Wednesday.
Wednesday the 27th.
Yes, that is Easter themed.
Okay.
So you could do peeps, you can make an Easter bunny, you could do a cross or an Easter egg, but it's a resin party.
And that's going to be where?
That one's in Grandy at the golf course.
At Carolina Club?
Carolina Club
at
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So you can hit up Emily on the socials. Again, that's coming up on Wednesday the 27th, and we know podcasts have long tails. Yes. So, if you're listening to this right as it drops here in the next couple of days, still time to get in on it. But
I'd like to thank Teresa Young because she reached out to me and said, "Hey, I want to help you." So she's gotten us the place, and she's kind of helping me do that. So I really want to give a shout out to her. Thank you.
And when we talk about a resin party, what is that? You're actually taking a piece of glass, basically a picture frame of an 8x10.
It is a picture frame.
8x10 picture frame with glass, drawing on or using a design, and then taking small pieces, fragments of glass itself, seashells, whatever it is, and making a piece of art out of it. And it's resin is what you use to seal it on.
Yep. After you put your design on, then we pour resin over it.
So those have been very popular.
They have.
They've been a very popular fundraiser for Kelsey's Hope. And again, Kelsey's Hope Foundation, of course, We've talked about it before on the podcast. If you look down on the description, you can click on the link not only to learn more about Kelsey's Hope, but also for our donation page where you can kick a donation to Kelsey's Hope in our names. That will go, and again, we've already raised all the money, but we're going to be raising money for Princess Half Marathon. It's going to be starting soon for next year.
I'm selling raffle tickets. I'll probably always be telling you all of something that I'm doing to raise money for them. I just think it's a great organization, and I'm going to keep raising money.
We love doing that stuff for them. So, all right, any other shout-outs we didn't get to as far as
I just want to give a shout-out real quick to Katie and Peggy, friends of mine that I met. We met when we were in the state of Washington and then on to Oregon this past August. My running group, those were 2 states we did, and we met some other women who were doing the same thing. So we met them on 2 different days, and of course, you become Facebook friends. And they ran the Shamrock this past weekend. And so Amy and I went up and had lunch with them and their husbands. One lives outside of Toledo, Ohio, and the other lives in Nashville, Tennessee. And they and their husbands met there to do the race. And we had a great time. It was a lot of fun and laughter. And it's just one of the many things I do love about the running community, because it allows me to have friends all over the world and meet up with. And I think the UPS man might be delivering again.
Wait a minute. So the stuff... No, the stuff that was on the porch was FedEx.
The UPS truck is wheeling into our yard.
He usually does it back in the driveway. He just goes to the cul-de-sac and pulls around and brings the 1 or 2. Probably if he drops the hand cart, we are in trouble.
I just saw him wheeling in. So anyway, another thing. So anyway, I just wanted to tell Katie and Peggy, hey, and thank you. We had a great time.
Yep, indeed. And we got one more shout out we'll do. Let's do this though. Let's do some business first, and then we've got a pretty big shout out we want to give. And this, of course, is thank you to Miles Carpet Cleaning. Winter doldrums, they've got you down. Well, it's spring. I can't say that anymore. The winter doldrums had you down. Now it's all spring. Well, spring cleaning is here. It's time to get those dingy carpets and furniture cleaned up. Miles Carpet Cleaning, they'll do it. Carpets, rugs, upholstery, even vehicle interiors looking and smelling like new. Serving Currituck and the Outer Banks, the Miles Carpet Cleaning family's been cleaning things up on both sides of the water for the last 8 years. Their $99 special cannot be beat. Get 3 rooms and a hallway clean to perfection, including an orange scent carpet deodorizer and Scotch Guard for just $99 from Miles Carpet Cleaning. Book it now. The spring rush is getting here. You got to hurry, though. 252-207-6707. You'll find more great offers by following Miles Carpet Cleaning on Facebook. Robert Miles and his family will take care of you like you're one of the family. Forget the rest. Call the best. Miles Carpet Cleaning at 252-207-6707. That's 252-207-6707. Now, when it comes to managing your business, it's important to have the right technology. That's why CMIT works to help businesses. Short for Completely Managed Information Technology, CMIT offers everything a business needs. Their services include tech support, computer and server security, cloud backup, secure Wi-Fi, business phones, and more. With CMIT's help, your technology will stay up and running. For more information, check out CMITOBX.com. Thanks, Scott DeMassey, for being all part of the Sam
and M
podcast and Sam Walker, OBXnews.com. All right, recording the show on a Wednesday afternoon, but last night we spent the evening down in Manio and a podcast about a podcast. That's what last night was all about. Outer Banks This Week, OuterBanksThisWeek.com. They've got a weekly podcast, and our good friend Justin Bateman is the host of. Has a variety of guests on, all Outer Banks stuff. And we got to be on the podcast last night. The show that's basically dropping the same time ours does. So make sure you go to OuterBanksThisWeek.com, click on the podcast tab, and you'll find it there. And, of course, you'll find it on all the major podcast tabs. But it was really fun to go down and hang out with Justin, check out their studio, drool over all the equipment they have. And Emily saw dollar signs in my eyes. She saw dollar signs flying out the door again. When I saw that they had all the Roadcaster 2 and all that stuff.
Yeah, you were looking at everything.
I'm like, oh, that's what I need. I told you that's what I need to make this thing really, really take off. or make my life a little easier trying to do all this stuff. But we've made it work. But
he made 6 trips and then left.
6 trips? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
I just realized that's FedEx. Oh, just FedEx today. Oof. All right. So it was fun hanging out with Justin and checking out their operation and getting to share our story. Mm-hmm. So, do what we've already done once on our show. We got to do it on somebody else's show, which was kind of nice. I'm not going to lie. But then we got to go to what's fast becoming our favorite place in the beach.
Oh, my gosh. Yes. Yes.
And that is Lost Colony Tavern. Gino Say had us over there, and he's got their March promotion going. They are doing, they're doing St. Patrick's Month at Lost Colony Tavern with the Festival of St. Patrick. So celebrating everything Irish for the entire month of March. And every Saturday, they've got a live Irish band, the O Brothers, which includes our very good pal, Doug Dino.
Okay.
Traditional Irish cuisine dominates the menu. They got T-shirts, Wearing of the Green, the whole month of March. They're also carrying the Eradication of the Snakes T-shirts. They're extremely limited, only for March. Now, the cool thing about what they're doing is, and you would think, the food that they had on the menu. You had the shrimp and chips, which was pretty good.
I'm going to tell you what, that shrimp was amazing. It was just fried shrimp, and I'm not, I know you have a thing about fried seafood, but it was very lightly fried. I don't know how to explain. It was just very good. The shrimp, it was just very good.
Yep.
And the coleslaw, I mean, I know you're not a coleslaw person because of the mayonnaise, but that coleslaw, I don't know. It was good. Yeah. It was good.
So Justin and I had what's called the Dublin Lawyer, which is it's a cream sauce. It's a shrimp dish in like a cream sauce. But it's more like almost like a Guinness cream, so it's a thick. Mm-hmm. It's got a little bit of that hint, almost like a cheese base. You could not do this. So as much as you were the mayonnaise, me with the mayonnaise and you with the cheese situation. But oh my gosh, that was so good. And then he throws in the lamb stew that they have. That was amazing. Brought some of that home, and the coddle, which is. It's like bangers and mash, but instead it's like sliced. I was thinking of it almost like an au gratin.
Yeah.
It was very much like that. I've got some of that still in the refrigerator. I may have to have that tomorrow. It's we've gone through all this dieting stuff, and now we're getting all this food thrown at us. It's kind of difficult. But anyway, thanks, Regino.
No. You left out the best part.
Oh, the best part, which was
the mini Guinness.
The mini Guinness, which, of course, had to have a pint of Guinness, but Gino gets the staff to bring out what they call mini Guinness, and it's something you found at a pub in Dublin.
Well, he said they were at he's like every pub you went to
had this.
Yeah,
and it's a miniature pint. It's a
shot
miniature
glass.
shot glass. It's a shot glass, but it's a miniature Guinness glass.
Yeah,
and it's Kahlua and Bailey's Irish cream. And it's a shot.
And I don't do shots, but y'all, it was so freaking good.
So sweet. I mean,
it was good. Actually, I kept thinking it would. I sound like my mom now. It would have been good poured over some ice cream.
It would have been good over ice cream.
It would.
But it was good just straight up. That was nice.
So, and I'm also trying to get Gino. I'm convinced that we can do, like, he talks about doing the pubs and all this stuff in Ireland. I'm like, okay, let's do a trip. Let's plan like a trip where you take and you're showing us the pubs and the country that his knowledge was really good.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, and getting to know Justin. I mean, I know him just a little bit, like basically through on air stuff, or what little I know like from you, but it was just nice to sit and talk, and both of them. And then you and Gino were like getting emotional over Star Wars, and Justin and I are like, hey, over there, we're not these two.
Well, that's the other thing of it, is that Gino's wanting to plan wants us to plan a Disney trip, and we're like, all right, we'll go with you.
Yeah,
we'll take it.
It would be fun.
Yeah,
it'd be fun.
It would be fun.
That it was a lot of fun. It makes us, when we were walking, you and I were walking to the car, we were like, gosh, it's kind of nice, like walking downtown. I've always kind of wanted to live in a city, like where I come out of my house and I'm right there at the restaurants and stuff, and it was just nice. It was only a block and a half to the car, but it was just nice. It was a really nice evening. So thank you, Justin and Gino, for like including us and asking us. And I'm already planning. I've already called some friends about getting down there in October or December or something and doing a weekend.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of cool stuff that they're talking about doing for...
Just in general. So
Yeah,
hopefully
in general, yeah.
we'll get down there. So
Right.
I want to get our friends down there and have fun. So
Yeah.
you guys
So yeah,
will be seeing a lot of us.
You
probably.
see Downtown Mania, you're going to see a lot more of us. Of course, I was in Mania twice within 12 hours yesterday. So we covered the Deer Housing Task Force meeting in the morning, drove back home, got my cell phone fixed, and then waited for you to get home, and then drove back to Mania, which is kind of typical for us. We will drive ridiculous amounts of in a day to go do things.
Yeah.
This is a story
Which
of our
reminds
life.
me, I've got to get gas today.
Of course you do, because we burned it all yesterday. Oh, man. All right. So what's left on the list there? You got anything else? I know there's a couple of things.
There is, but how much time is left?
Well, we're 35 in, so we got.
Okay.
What do you want to do now? How about if we do this? Let's do spot and then get into the next thing, or we do the thing?
Yep.
No, let's do that. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. And of course, it is the Sam and M podcast, and it is, and I didn't let you do that. Sorry. It is brought to you by Harlow Photography. If you want an unforgettable photography experience tailored to all of your desires, then Harlow Photography is exactly who you've been looking for. Well, it's the magic of engagements and weddings, the glow of maternity, the innocence of newborns, milestones of a first birthday, graduation, school events, military homecomings and retirements, or that oceanfront or soundside family portrait session to cap another memorable Outer Banks vacation. Harlow Photography ensures every moment will be one you can cherish. Stephanie Harlow is your local natural light expert that captures the beauty of the Outer Banks and northeastern North Carolina. See Stephanie's portfolio and book your session today. These spring and summer sessions are going fast at sharlowphotography.com. And like Stephanie Harlow photos on Facebook, let Harlow Photography preserve your memories in stunning natural light.
She had a good meme up today.
Oh, yeah?
It was the state of North Carolina, like the picture of North Carolina. And it says pollen count for today. And it's like a kid took a yellow crayon.
It's yellow marker.
Just went over.
Pretty much. The pollinating is in full effect. All right.
That's right.
So
there's two things.
Two things. Okay, what do you want to get to?
I would like to talk a little bit about our son, James.
Yes. Okay.
I think he deserves a little bit of a shout out after 26 years.
Okay.
We gave his brother a big shout out. So I just want, I don't even know what I want to say. James is a force to be reckoned with for sure. Yeah. And when he came in this world, he let's see, he did not give us fits other than just getting him here, but he did not give us fits.
Right.
He was probably I was going to say he was an easy baby, but he was colicky. Yeah. And the only way the child would sleep was stretched out over your much bigger belly at the time. He had to stretch out. Mm-hmm. He had to sleep with us.
Yeah. He was the one who was the hardest to get out of the bedroom.
Yeah, well, we didn't let the other two in.
We didn't let the other two in. We learned our lesson.
Yeah, I think it was like literally my mom came to visit like maybe 2 weeks before Jonathan was supposed to be here. And she's like, he cannot be sleeping with you. And he screamed at night trying to not get, but he also was the one who he watched everything. I remember when your parents had the grocery store, and my mom tells the story about when Ben
Chambers
was there. He was the refrigerator guy, and he was one of the freezers or something wasn't working, and your dad is there. Ben's down, trying to fix it, and he's trying all the different screwdrivers. And James was literally 1.5 years old, less than 2, and he literally James just looks at all the stuff, and he picks up the right screwdriver and hands it to Ben, and it was the exact right one. And your dad says, "Look there, Ben, a 1.5-year-old smarter than you are," kind of type thing.
Right.
James has always been the one who played sports. They called him. What did Big Red? They called him Big Red.
There's all kinds of nicknames.
And he was
Big Game James. That was the one that Jody called him.
Yeah. So he did very well in sports, very competitive. Yeah. But he also was a good leader on the teams. He was always usually a captain, a good motivator. The day we dropped Jonathan off at Fork Union, he looked at us and he said, "If you ever try to send me to military school, I'll run away." And then 4 months later, he's like, "I'd like to go there." Yeah. So he's got Waylon. He's a great dad. He's hunting and fishing and for a living, doing very well, and I'm real proud of him.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we are. We are.
So he's afraid we're going to embarrass him tonight.
I know. Yeah. We haven't talked about it. So we're doing the podcast in the afternoon because tonight we're going down to Himalaya, which is Indian and Himalayan cuisine, or Nepali, Indian and Nepalese. I got to get that one right. Cuisine in Kitty Hawk. And they invited us to come down and try it out and do a story for him.
Yep. And
so,
he's afraid we're going to put him on the spot and make him talk.
Emily and I, honestly, that's not something we've ever done.
We're not, Megan and James love it.
Yeah,
and so we want them to give us advice, like get this dish, get this dish. And, But he's afraid. I think what he's afraid is we're going to turn the camera on him and be like, James Walker, what do you think? He doesn't want that. Right. And so I think Megan has got him straight now. So, but that's what he was afraid of.
He's thinking we're going to do the full podcast like this, where the camera's on the whole time.
Right.
And no, that's not how the Sam
and M on the road
works.
We're practicing post.
That's not how it works. So yeah, that's tonight's Vinny. So yes, food again. Food. We're getting food thrown at us, which is great. Love it. But, I cannot wait till the poll starts up because I got to get out of this studio. I got to get out of this newsroom for a little bit.
Do a little
work.
Some
of this off. But besides ref and lacrosse games, I need more games.
Yeah.
So
anyway, I just want to wish James a happy 26th birthday. And
yeah. All right.
That's it.
Okay. All right.
I feel old. I have a 26-year-old.
Yeah. Don't.
Anyway.
You feel. Both do.
Well, I am 6 days older, so I feel 6 days older than you.
All right. All right. So right before the show, we're like, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, okay, you were watching TikTok, and it dawned on me that it is the month of March. So my head is just a giant basketball right now. So I'm not really paying attention to what's going on fully in pop culture. But one of our favorite things has always been, for you especially, has been the Royals. And of course, I kind of have come into it since being with you for 32 years. And then now, especially when we watched The Crown, which was really fascinating to watch because, it is a dramatization of actual people and events. And then you can go back and really read the stories or watch documentaries, and we've done that. But what in the heck? Why am I seeing on my socials right now things... where's that screen? I gotta get the screen up here. There. Let me turn the screen. You don't want to see my soundboard. This. Why am I seeing Kate Middleton going down a slide at Ocean Breeze Water Park right now in Virginia Beach? Why is this a thing?
It's kind of like where in the world is Waldo right now. It's like where in the world is Kate Middleton. Right.
Explain to me what's going on.
Real quick.
Explain it to me like I'm a 5-year-old. Okay, maybe not. Maybe you want to be a little more complicated than that.
Well, let me just say this. I mean, I got up at 5 a.m. and watched Diana walk down the aisle. I got up and watched Meghan Markle. I got up and I've done all of it. Yes. Funerals, weddings, the whole deal.
Right.
I hosted at our house. My sister came over when Kate and Will got married, came to our house on Skipper's Lane, and I had a full English breakfast tea for them at 5 a.m. We watched it. So it's not just me. It's my sister, myself. Mm-hmm. And I have at home, if we were to go into my closet at home in Granville, Ohio, you will find my scrapbook of me cutting out People magazine pictures of Diana and the black dress, the revenge dress, and all those things. So I have been a fan and a follower for a long time. So Kate,
yes,
I wrote some notes down so I would not, and people correct me if I do say something wrong, because I do not want to do that. This is a fact. She has not been seen since December 28th in public. There's no pictures, no nothing of Kate until this past weekend, and there's debate. But anyway, so then after she hadn't been seen in January, they said, Kate had a planned abdominal, the palace put out a statement. Kate has had a planned abdominal surgery. She'll be in the hospital for 2 weeks or 10 to 14 days. And then she will be out of the public. She'll be home recuperating and won't be seen till Easter or right after Easter.
Okay.
In the meantime, at that same time, King Charles announces that he has cancer. But no one knows what kind of cancer. They have not said what type of cancer it is. So that's going on to kind of defer or get your mind off. Look over here. Mm-hmm. So anyway, While she was in the hospital, they can only seem to find that William visited her once. People find it very interesting that she had to be in the hospital for an abdominal surgery for 10 to 14 days when the woman gave birth, and within 22 hours was in, not just out.
Right.
She was out looking like she stepped off the pages of Vogue in 4-inch heels and holding a baby. I mean, she looked amazing. Mm-hmm. So everyone's like, what? 10 to 14 days? And different people have got on who are surgeons and stuff, and they'll say the most intense and probably the worst abdominal surgery you could have is, I think it's called a Whipple, and usually those people are out within 7 to 10 days. So there's a lot of debate of why was she in the hospital? Would she be in the hospital for up to 14 days? So there's that debate. And they did say, this is brought up a lot, that it was planned surgery. So she hasn't been seen, no pictures. So then, of course, everything starts to get swirling around on the UK Mother's Day, which was Oscar Sunday.
Right.
A picture was posted that had Kate and her 3 children around her, and that was like a happy Mother's Day photo. Well, it was such a bad Photoshop picture that the news sources pulled them. They did a kill on it.
Well, yeah, the kill, and let me step in on that part of it, because, and I've seen people now, I saw one today because there was a second photo that's an obvious Photoshop of all the grandchildren around Queen Elizabeth. That's a Photoshop, and there's a kill, there's been a kill order put out on that. Kill, that doesn't sound right, but that's what we call in the business. One thing that is very, 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 like, you don't break this rule. You do not run altered photos. Even, you can crop photos, and that's pushing it. Because if you want to crop it, a lot of times you got to crop it for space and for it to look format right on our websites. I have a big thing about, I want all my photos to be 16:9 ratio so that everything looks the same. Now, I break that rule all the time because there's photos that have to be portrait, they have to be, et cetera, et cetera. But one thing that you do not ever do, it's a rule. You don't run a Photoshop photo that changes the context, changes the photo in such a way that it changes the context of the photo. That's just how it is in our business. It's part of, our self.
But it doesn't happen, according to several of the people I've listened to, it doesn't happen it's not unheard of, but it's not common this kill thing happens.
Yeah, it's not common, but it does happen. But the argument being the 2 photos are, they took photos that were taken at the same sitting and then cropped in so everyone had a smile.
Well, Kate supposedly made a statement saying that she photoshopped it, that she's an
amateur photographer,
which then the whole debate is she's been doing this a lot longer, that she would have photoshopped it, if she would have made it look better than what it did. So there's just a whole so that's right. Number one. Yeah. And so then in the last few days, there was supposedly they went to some farm market or farm shop, and it was stated that
the Diddley Squat Farm, was it? No, I'm sorry.
You always have
I just got to throw something.
So, but they made a statement that they went out, but there were no videos or pictures, which was very odd. So then all of a sudden TMZ releases a video, of which there's debate in the TikTok world if it really is her and him, William, if it's really Kate and William.
Oh, now we're getting the body doubles in?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Now, okay. I am not of that. I do think it is William and Kate. I do. But in researching for this little segment, there are 7 theories. Okay. There are 7 theories of where in the world is Kate Middleton, or what is going on with Kate Middleton. Okay. So one of them, some of them are funny and some of them are not. All right. One of them is, people say she's in The Masked Singer, and so she can't be.
Please.
Oh, who
got
gave
chocolate?
you chocolate?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on.
Yes.
Thanks, great grandma. Great grandma came down and gave you chocolate and went back upstairs.
Chocolate blocks, and so it's smeared all over Harper's face. We got to show everybody now.
Put your picture up there with all your chocolate.
With your pajama onesie still on with chocolate all over it.
Okay, so Masked Singer is one. Then there are people saying, well, maybe she had a mommy makeover or had cosmetic surgery.
Okay.
Oh, is it good? But then there are people who saying, well, when you have that, even though it's like the most dramatic, usually about 6 weeks, you're fine. You're good to go. So there's that. Then there's people who are saying that maybe she just doesn't look like herself from medicine. She's puffy or whatever, and she doesn't want to be seen. So there's that.
Okay.
Then this one is where it kind of takes a deep dive. People are saying that maybe...
Does she look like Jerry Lewis after the steroids? Is that bad?
Well, that's what they're just saying, that she might look puffy or whatever.
Okay.
Then there's this one takes kind of a darker turn, saying that maybe William has a temper and maybe there was some form of...
Oh, no. Seriously?
That is out there, that there is a form of domestic violence because since this has happened in the last couple of weeks, his mistress has come to light, and
his alleged mistress.
All right, alleged mistress.
Yeah, okay.
And his alleged child with her. But anyway, yes, you are right, alleged. So they're saying that maybe there's some kind of an injury, a head injury or something. All right. Then there's a theory that they were like, well, you know what? Let's put her into rehab for an eating disorder.
Okay.
Which is interesting theory because they did not do that for Lady Di. So, there, and that's not alleged. That is out there.
Yeah.
This one is kind of comical to me. I don't know why. That she was taken hostage by the Russians.
That one, when I saw that, when you said that one, I think we were eating lunch at the time, and I almost had a spit take out of that one.
And then they're saying that they're introducing the alleged mistress because there's a divorce coming and that Kate will be out, and this Rose, I think Chumbley is her name, I think, that she'll be in, and they're trying to get the public adjusted to that, which is, again, I don't believe that. I think that she had surgery, and I think she's like, you know what, I've been in the public eye for a long time. I just want to have my surgery. I want to heal. Yeah, she might have been fine 2 weeks later, but I think she just wants
a break.
That's what I think. I could be way off.
Okay.
But the some of the memes and stuff are just freaking hysterical.
Yeah, they are.
Like that Photoshop picture.
Uh-huh.
You remember a couple years ago, was it Bernie Sanders? They had Bernie.
Oh yeah, Bernie's in the chair.
In the chair with the
with
gloves
the mask. With the sweater, the gloves, the mask. For the inauguration, yeah.
So I saw a meme where instead of Kate with the 3 children, it was Bernie.
Oh gosh.
So I don't know. There are just some funny, and it's not to make fun of. I do hope she is okay, and I hope that there's nothing serious. But and several people have said, I'm of the thought process. They do live in the public eye, and I'm sure that gets to be wear and tear and frustrating, and you want to break from it all, and I'm okay with that break. But there are there's a whole bunch of people who are like, the British people pay their salary, and they owe us, to know. So, there's a fine line between what you tell and don't tell. But that's what's going on with Kate. I will continue to scour TikTok and keep you up to date.
Keep us posted on that. Our royal reporter here the Emily Jane on the Sam.
Wait,
podcast. Oh. Okay.
All right. So, Peepaw, I'm gonna let you take over, and we're.
I got this one thing I wanted you involved with, but can you wait? Okay.
Can you sit up here and
you gotta go. Okay.
Lots of toys.
There's lots of toys. There are lots of toys in this house.
Those are Peepaw's toys.
Yes.
Every grown man has those toys.
I know. Okay. All right. Well, we are going to wind things down here on the podcast. I didn't really do a good job organizing my what's going on at samwalkerobxnews.com. Just a lot of things. Holy cow, we got stuff. There's so much going on around the area.
I'll be a player. I'll be on air.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you say listen to Peepaw?
People.
Yes. It's okay. All right. We got chocolate all over the microphone now. Okay. The Disney's The Little Mermaid Cosplayers production opening this week. It's this week. Shows on Friday at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. Saturday 2 and 7. Sunday at 2. We got the link for you. Just search Little Mermaid on samwalkerobxnews.com, and you'll find that Saturday. The Outer Banks Health Development Council, I believe they got a few tickets left for their late night part of the Paint It Blue Gala, which benefits the Outer Banks Health. And that's at Duckwood Saturday night. The Meet OBX, Toyota Towler and Amanda Lotas, we have a great time with them. That next one is on April the 9th at Trio in Kitty Hawk. Also, Currituck FFA plant sale. That's April 12th and 13th. So we'll be making plans for that. Shout out to Quinn Caps and all the crew at Project Glam Girls. Last weekend, they had their free prom dress and tuxedo and accessories giveaway down at Manio Assembly. And it just, man, the photos that came out of that were just so cool. And there were some great shots out of that.
And Caroline talked to her person to do her dress, and she can't even look at Caroline's dress till the end of April because she is doing free alterations.
Oh, she's doing free alterations for that? Oh, that's awesome. Hey, yes, Harper's figured out how to turn on the Imagination Pavilion popcorn holder back there. So, yeah, she figured out where the lights are on it. Okay, something I wanted to talk about that we are going to be making plans for because we learned about it this past week, and that is Julia Child, A Recipe for Life. This is a touring exhibit, and it's only making 2 stops on the East Coast, the closest being Richmond. That's going now until September at the Virginia. I want to make sure I get it right because it is at the Virginia Museum of History and Culture in Richmond. It's going until September the 2nd. You know what spurred me was just before we did the podcast, guess who I got an email from?
Who?
The Jefferson.
No.
They're doing a package.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to take a shot at how much it is to start?
Gosh, like
starting
$500
price?
a night.
Actually, no, $395 a night. The Jefferson, which is that 5-star hotel in downtown Richmond, which we love. And I've already looking at the date availability on it. Yeah, it's not nearly as many dates available on it as we'd hope. Actually, it's not as bad. Okay, well, I got to check that because the code, when I punched the code in earlier. Whew. Anyway, so we are looking forward to that one. It's we watched Julia, which was it only lasted 2 seasons on. Was it on Apple TV or was it on Max?
It's on Max.
Max. A lot of fun. We like that series a lot. We were going to take one of our shows and just talk about some of the things we're watching. But anyway. Yeah, we learned about this. It's in Richmond, so we are going to do this at some point this spring or summer, and that will be an on-the-road episode because we've always talked about Richmond as one of our favorite places to go. You know, we get asked a lot of times about, you live here, you live in a resort community, what do you do? Well, of course, we go to Disney, but we go Richmond and Williamsburg and Raleigh and all these different places we love to go. And one of the things we wanted to share some of that stuff and what we do when we go to these places. So that'll be a very good excuse to go to Can Brasserie.
Yes.
So we can eat French food. Of course, El Possum. We didn't eat there. We haven't eaten there. We haven't been there. We haven't been able to get a table there. That's why. That's the other French restaurant that's much more like what Julia did. Anyway, that's something that popped up in our feeds today. This week.
Your way.
She's coming my way? Okay. All right. So anyway, looking forward to that. Okay. Anything else you want to get to? Anything else you can think of to get to?
No. It's
I think we got everything in. Did we get everything?
middle of the week for sure.
Yeah, a lot going on. All right. So we will go out and we will go clean up the front porch and get all the wedding boxes. That was the FedEx order that came in today. And the UPS guy had 6 trips to the porch, you said? 6
I think I counted
trips,
6.
6
Maybe
trips
5, but it was at least 5. I think it was 6.
We're going to have to get a whole room just to set all this stuff in. Okay. I think that's our cue to wrap things up because Harper's going to start breaking things here if we don't.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for listening. Give us 5 stars.
Yep, it is the Sam and M podcast brought to you by StatelinePowerWash.com. With over 150 5-star reviews on Google, get their March Madness special, that free gutter cleaning when you get your house and roof soft wash. StatelinePowerWash.com for a free estimate. Miles Carpet Cleaning, family owned and operated, offering top-of-the-line carpet and upholstery cleaning services in Currituck and on the Outer Banks with their $99 special. Forget the rest. Call the best right now, 252-207-6707, and like them on Facebook. And Harlow Photography, your local natural light expert capturing the beauty of the Outer Banks. Online at sharlowphotography.com and on Facebook, search Stephanie Harlow Photos. Like, follow, subscribe, hit that bell down there, share. Find us on your favorite podcast app, YouTube and Facebook. Give us the 5 stars. Interact with us. Give us your thoughts, topics for future episodes, because we can always use those. Yes. SamWalkerOBXNews@gmail.com. And DM both of us on the socials. Whew. All right.
Got it all out.
Yeah. All right. We got it all out. Got it all in. We'll see you next time on the Sam
and M
podcast.
Bye,
Bye
y'all.
everybody. Bye-bye.
I always want to